So on Thursday, we got the tragic and just sudden news of the passing of NASCAR driver Kyle Busch. So I want to take a moment before this video starts to send my deepest condolences to his family, his friends, and all of Rowdy Nation. I know they're all grieving. Everyone in the NASCAR community is grieving, especially myself. Um, you know, I was never a fan of his, but even then, if you weren't a fan of him, you absolutely respected him. He was definitely one of the best racers on the NASCAR circuit. He just left us so soon, so sudden. So, yeah, I just wanted to take a quick moment to send my thoughts and prayers to Samantha, his wife, his son Brexton, his daughter Lennox, and his entire family, because they definitely need it now. And with that out of the way, let's just get to the review and hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, it's Sister2582 coming back at you with another video. And today I'll be reviewing another NASCAR diecast from Lionel. And this one is going to be a very interesting one because it's actually a back market team. And the story behind it is also very interesting and kind of the reason why I bought it. There's a couple of reasons for that, but I'll share that in just a moment. And the diecast in question will be this. This is the Garage 66. That's right, we have a Garage 66 NASCAR diecast for Timmy Hill from the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season. This is definitely going to be one that I haven't seen too many people looking forward to, but I think now that it's starting to come out and the pre-orders are actually being given out, because I did pre-order this car, a lot of people are getting a little bit excited about it, and I definitely know this is going to be one of the rarest or most sought after NASCAR diecast in the future, because it's just so interesting. But yeah, here's the rest of the package. Like I said, I pre-ordered this from the Lionel website, and then it arrived in my doorstep yesterday. So I can't wait to take a look at this. And yeah, we're just gonna cut. I'm probably not gonna open up the box on camera as I usually do, but let me cut the camera to actually get this car out of its box and put it on my turntable. Alright, so the car got out of its box and the turntable's going the other way. I apologize for that. And there is the Timmy Hill diecast. Now, of course, as you could tell from first glance, there is almost no sponsorship on this car. Well, of course, there are some, but like very, very minimal. And, this is kind of the part of the reason why, Garage 66, or at the time it was called MBM Motorsports, well, back then it was called MBM Motorsports, but this is kind of partially the reason they don't make diecast for this team. It's because they don't run consistent schemes, I guess, or they don't have consistent sponsors or consistent driver to kind of make a diecast. But for whatever reason, Lionel decided to offer this car. But usually when they release a Timmy Hill or like one of the smaller teams, it usually doesn't have that much demand, which it's kind of unfortunate, because you want to see some of these smaller teams actually get merchandise made, and and if they are made, people actually buy them up, but unfortunately there wasn't much demand. But the reason this one got made, or at least what I've heard online, and partially the reason I ordered this, is because the main sponsor of this, of course there's some on the side, but the main sponsor on the hood is this little company called Skeletron. Now, I had no idea what this company was until I looked them up. They actually sell action figures, out of all things. They make action figures and sell them online. And, when this car was released, or at least was up for pre-order, Skeletron themselves actually ordered enough. They actually ordered, I don't know, they haven't said how many, maybe there is a number out there, that they ordered enough for it to actually get produced. So, MOQ is like 1,500 to make these diecasts now. It was lower, like 1,000 lower than a couple previous years, for 164, I should say. And they bought enough so it can actually get made. So, props to Skeletron for actually helping out and, actually getting this diecast made, because this more than likely would have never gotten made if it wasn't for Skeletron's help in ordering all those diecasts in order to actually get them made. So that's another reason. I just love the story behind the sponsor. Actually, that's not all too uncommon. I know that there are some diecasts that their sponsor buys up a lot of them just so that it can actually get made and more merchandise is out there. That's not new, but it's never usually publicly disclosed, unlike Skeletron, where they actually said, yeah, we ordered enough and this car is absolutely going to get made. And another reason is, well, not another reason, but another hope was because the rendering got updated. So usually when the rendering on the Lionel website is updated, that usually means the car's very close to getting MOQ or has already made it, and they're actually committing to making this car. So yeah, this one is sold out on the website. I'm sure some other diecast dealers probably have it, but I did get one from the Lionel website, so I pre-ordered this a couple of months ago, I believe, and now it's finally here, and I'm very excited to have this. Because like I said, a new number, a new team, like, I just can't go wrong with it. And like I said, this is one that is absolutely going to be a rare one in the future. Or at least sought out after, or just people are asking, what in the world is that? Yeah, we get Timmy Hill. We don't get Timmy Hill diecast often. And when they do, they sell really well because there aren't too many made, I guess. But yeah, now I'm just rambling on and on. But let's get into the car, even though there isn't much to talk about, but I might as well. We got Skeletron, of course, is the company I have mentioned, is the main sponsor of this car. Skeletron.com. It's on the Ford Mustang body. We got a Garage 66 logo on there. Like I said, it was formerly named MBM Motorsports, which I believe Carl Long was the team owner, and I believe he's still part of the team, or I'm not exactly sure. This is one of the new ones with the rubber tires, with the metal base, which is obviously really nice. I love that they're doing this now. It just makes it feel so much better, so much more. For the price you're paying, it feels so much more worth it. We got Goodyear on there, the NASCAR Cup Series, just plain white and black base, or base color. And then we got a number 66 logo, or the number font. We got PW Roofing, is one of their associates there. Ford Performance. We got CE. Not exactly sure what that's supposed to be. If someone will be able to let me down in the comments, that'll be helpful. Got Jaguar silencers. I'm not supposed to know what. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by silencers. Do they mean about car exhaust, or you know what? I think it's supposed to be for guns. I don't think that's legal in the U.S. at least, but oh well. And we got Timmy Hill's name. Man, it's awesome to have a Timmy Hill diecast. Because sometimes they've offered them, but like it never gets made. I think now more diecasts, usually all the 164s for the Cup Series, have actually being made, which it's pretty cool. But with that just means that there won't be too many exclusives in the Authentics line. It's just the ones that don't get made are usually like Xfinity cars or Truck Series trucks. But I think most people go for the Cup Series, like myself. Plain black, white bumper. Excuse me. There. We got Route. It's supposed to look like Route 66. We got Garage 66, Ford. We got an onboard camera. Interestingly enough, I don't know why that would be there. We got Hill's name on the roof rail, on both the windshields, on the back and the rear, or the rear and the front. And the right side is the same as the left side. So yeah, very cool. And a painted black base, 2025 Ford Mustang. Unfortunately, I can't really tell you when this car ran with this sponsorship specifically. Maybe someone will be able to let me down in the comments, or maybe I'll add it on the screen. And maybe it's finishing position, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is really cool. It's definitely going to be an oddball, one of the oddballs in my collection of Gen 7 diecasts. If you thought the Cody Ware car was pretty oddball, you might want to think again. This Timmy Hill is absolutely... I just love the kind of unsponsoredness of the car, and I like I said, I appreciate having the smaller teams. I appreciate having the big teams, of course. they get diecast every single week, it seems, or whenever they win or something like that. But you know, I like to purchase new numbers, new drivers, just stuff that you don't really see often. Or you know, this could be on a one-off driver, like a one-off race, like they switch drivers and sponsors and colors. So you know, it's nice to have at least one of them. And I guess that'll about do it about this Timmy Hill Skeletron Garage 66 Ford Mustang diecast. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe. We're trying to reach those 1,000 subscribers. We're getting so close, y'all. Thank you so much for subscribing. Just a brand welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining our team, our brigade, I guess you want to call it. Have some cool plans to hopefully announce sooner or later. Once we reach those 1,000 subscribers, definitely gonna be something very fun, y'all. And I'll see you next time. Peace and forever rowdy.